You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're looking at some really big shifts happening in the world of AI. It's touching everything from business models to, well, how we even think about coding.
Absolutely. The sources we looked at paint a really interesting picture. It's not just incremental changes. It feels like a fundamental rewiring is starting to happen.
Okay, let's start with something pretty fundamental. Money. How people pay for AI. Seems the old way, paying per user or per seat isn't really working anymore.
Right. It's becoming kind of irrelevant for a lot of these AI services. The shift is towards value-based pricing. But that's easier said than done.
How so? What does value-based actually look like in practice?
Well, companies are experimenting. Some are metering usage, like counting how many times you call an AI agent or how much data or tokens it processes.
Tokens, right.
And some are even trying to bill based on the outcome the AI achieves for you. Think companies like OpenAI, Databricks, Metronome had a good white paper on how these big players are navigating this. It's tricky.
Yeah, I bet. And alongside these pricing shifts, we're seeing some neat tools pop up that make AI much more, usable for everyday folks.
Definitely. Like OpenAI's ChatGPT Go in India, it's what, around $4.50 a month? Super affordable.
And you get higher limits, better memory.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it much more practical.
Well, exactly. And then you have Microsoft putting COPILOT right into Excel cells. You can just type, summarize this column in natural language.
That's pretty cool. And Grammarly, too. I saw they have an AI that tries to predict grades.
Yeah, a grader agent. Uses course details, apparently, plus the usual citation help and plagiarism checks. It's all about embedding AI into existing workflows.
Makes sense. Making it accessible, lowering the barrier.
Precisely. It boosts productivity, but also just makes these powerful tools available to way more people.
So, moving up a level from these everyday tools, what about the really advanced stuff, like the next generation of large language models, GPT-5 maybe?
Ah, right. The reports on GPT-5 sound pretty impressive. It seems to be getting much better at actual real-world programming tasks, solving problems end-to-end.
And more steerable? What does that mean exactly?
It means you can guide it more effectively, give it more precise instructions on how to solve a problem, not just what the problem is, more control.
Okay, but that kind of power needs serious hardware, right?
Yeah.
Which leads to this surprising story about a GPU black market.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. A documentary uncovered this whole underground scene, mainly Hong Kong and Shenzhen, it seems. Smugglers, dealers.
Selling what? High-end Nvidia cards.
Exactly. RTX 4090s going for like $2,000, and apparently some places are even modifying them, tweaking them to boost performance beyond the official specs.
Wow. And Nvidia just dismisses it.
They call them tall tales, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, where there's smoke, right? The demand is clearly intense.
It really highlights the global race for this hardware. Speaking of hardware, can you break down the difference between GPUs and TPUs for us? We hear those terms a lot.
Sure. So think of a GPU, a graphics processing unit, as a powerful, versatile engine. Going for parallel tasks, especially the matrix multiplication that AI loves. Fast memory, flexible connections.
Okay, the workhorse.
Kind of. Then a TPU, Google's tensor processing unit, is more like a specialized machine built just for that matrix math. It's designed to be very efficient, very predictable, and cheap to scale up in massive networks for training huge models, different tools for slightly different jobs, basically.
Got it. That makes sense. This whole evolution, the power, the specialized hardware, it ties into this idea I've seen called the great cognitive handoff. What's that about?
It's this concept that we as humans are shifting our role. Instead of doing all the thinking and the executing, we're moving more towards steering, directing, while the AI handles more of the complex thinking part.
So we become the conductors, not the whole orchestra.
That's a good way to put it. And for software development, it could mean IDEs that sort of dream up code bases that evolve almost on their own, maybe even programming just by stating your intention.
That sounds revolutionary, almost like we're building the infrastructure for consciousness itself.
That's the phrase some are using. Consciousness infrastructure. We're building the systems that allow AI to perform these really complex cognitive tasks at scale.
And it's not science fiction. You mentioned Googlers are already using tools like Gemini and Imagen to automate parts of their jobs.
Yeah, there were like 14 examples shared internally. People using AI to streamline workflows, generate reports, brainstorm ideas. They're already starting to live that handoff.
Okay, so bringing this all together, we've seen massive changes in how AI is paid for, this crazy underground market for hardware, and this really profound shift in how we might interact with technology handing off cognitive tasks.
It's a lot happening all at once,
Mhm.
and it really makes you think, doesn't it? As AI steps up to do more of the thinking, what does that mean for us? What human skills become even more valuable?
That's the big question. Maybe creativity, strategic direction, empathy.
Could be. How do we define things like problem solving or even consciousness when we're building this vast consciousness infrastructure alongside AI? It's definitely something worth pondering.
Absolutely. A lot to think about. Thanks for joining us today as we explore these developments. We hope you keep reflecting on where this is all headed.
Spoken Tech for your ears.